I see this as a new beginning.
So, Pablo, what went through your mind the first time you put on the helmet?
Yes.
Hello, Chief. It all kind of set in. The first time I put it on, what went through my mind? I was very hot. I was very uncomfortable, but also it was a dawning realization, like this thing is happening, and I could feel sort of the responsibility of that thing. It is it's a symbol for all of us, the helmet, but the character as well, and so putting it on for the first time, I definitely felt that responsibility and was really excited to take it on.
I watched Pablo's stature change with the armor on. It was incredible. Like it was not that, you're a slouchy
No more
person,
slouching.
but but no, it was, you saw the Master Chief come to life in that armor, and it was an incredible moment.
Amazing. So Kiki, since you're one of the lead producers of the Halo franchise, how will the TV show affect the direction of future installments of the video game?
Yeah, establishing the Halo Silver timeline for the show was really a way to let us have the games and the series sort of take their own path and have the freedom to take the path that they need to creatively without preventing them from intersecting as need be. So Silver Timeline, very much rooted in canon. So many of the things that you'll see and hear and moments and characters are from canon, but there are places where I would say we're a little more adjacent to canon. And that was important because as we were getting into the story and telling this very character-focused story about the Master Chief and John and some of our other characters, it became, the story needed to be able to breathe. And what we didn't want to do was paint ourselves into a corner either with the series or with the games. And so what that does is it leaves opportunity for both of those in their different mediums to do what they need to do to be as good as they can be, but also leaves us the space to bring them together in places where it might make sense in the future.
Cool. And how come it's finally time to reveal the face of Master Chief?
Well, I mean, come on. No, but seriously, this is a character journey. And this is a story about the Master Chief and humanity at stake. And it's also the story about John understanding who he is as a human. One of the central themes of the show is how much of your own humanity are you willing to sacrifice in order to save it? And I think every character in our story has that journey, but it's most pointed with John. And in order to really see that and see that evolution, we needed to be able to see the man inside the armor.
Okay. And Pablo, how does it feel to become the original face of a character that has existed for 20 years?
It's an amazing responsibility. It's an amazing privilege. It's an honor, obviously. I'm a huge fan and have become a huge fan of the Halo universe just in the last 3 years working on this show. And the thing that makes me a fan about Halo is the depth and the extent and the breadth of the mythology and how much story these guys have created and laid out over the past 20 years. So to get to be a part of something that has so much anticipation behind it, that is so exciting, it feels really amazing. It feels like we're on the precipice of something that will be incredibly rewarding for many, many people and, probably a little controversial for a lot of people. And that's okay.
What do you think the hardcore fans of the video game will say about the series?
Yeah, I think for hardcore fans, there are going to be people who love being immersed in the Halo universe and love having a very different experience than they're able to get in the games. And for some fans, they're going to want exactly what they have in the games, and that's okay. But what we really wanted to be able to do was give a differentiated experience, right? It wasn't about giving you the same thing over here. It was about giving you something different and more as a complement to the game experience in the same way that the books do. And so, you know, my hope is that people really come in and are pulled into the Halo world and are delighted by seeing that world come to life with the scope and scale and detail that we've put into it, and really get pulled into these character stories and journeys in a way that is hard for us to express in the medium of a first-person game.
If I've learned one thing about the Halo fandom in the past 2 years that I've been associated with it, it's that the amount of opinions within the Halo community are as vast as the members of the Halo community. So I think there's going to be so many different reactions to the show and to all of the different aspects of the show. I think that's something that we can absolutely count on.
Yeah.
And you know, that's great. That's what makes the community what it is.
That's
is
right.
the breadth of opinion and the amount of different opinions
That's
there are
right.
that are out there.
Yeah, I see. And the opinions you received so far, have they been mostly positive or negative?
For me personally, I've mostly been flooded with positive, with excitement, you know, how excited people are about this universe, you know, and the fact that we're about to finally, it's been 10 or 12 years that this thing has been, you know, first it was floated as a movie, now it's a TV show. So that level of anticipation for me has been overwhelmingly positive.